Hey guys, welcome back, it's Drift. In today's video we're going to be covering SpeCial's TvT Mech. Stay tuned. Welcome back everyone. Thank you for watching. I'm super excited to share this build with you. This is a build I've been using a lot on ladder. I really like it. I think it's one of the better mech builds I've probably ever used. And primarily because it's really versatile, it's safe, but also kind of aggressive, which is really cool for a mech build. You have the opportunity to push out a few times, or you can just be purely defensive. Okay, so this build is 16 racks. Gonna follow it up with 16 gas, and this is a double gas build, so we're gonna get our gas geyser at 17, get that refinery. This next SCV, you can rally to either go scout at the other side of the map to check out your opponent's base, or you can just send it to the most obvious proxy Reaper location, proxy racks location, which is what SpeCial did in the replay that I found and copied this build from. So the next thing that's going to happen is we're going to get Reaper, Orbital, followed up with a supply depot, and when we mine 80 gas, pull 2 workers off of gas. Just like that. Send one of them to go build a factory. And this right here is probably the safest opening you can do in TvT. With also an economic focus, you can still do the older version of double gas, but this one's just more economic. Okay, so rally the first SCV down to go and build our natural base. With the first Reaper, you can also go check the other side of the map that you didn't scout with your SCV to check for a proxy. Right around now, getting that natural. Start up a Hellion. We're actually going to go 3 Reaper 2 Hellion with this build. I know in a lot of my other double gas videos, I haven't done that. So this is a good thing to share and for you to learn if you haven't ever done it before. When you have started your supply depot, that third supply depot, put workers back onto gas. Here we're just kind of chilling, not a lot to say about the build. As soon as you have your 3 Reapers out, get a reactor. As soon as the Hellion finishes, get a tech lab. And see how the units are kind of paired like that? When the Reapers are close together and the Hellions are behind, it keeps the Hellions behind the Reaper. Just a small microchip. Get that orbital, saturate your gas. And we're going to start up Cyclone, Marine, Raven production. Right before our orbital finishes, we're going to get a depot. If you get it like too late, you'll find that you just get supply blocked very easily. Get a siege tank. You're going to need to cut Marines in order to afford a command center, so cut Marines for just a second. Right around 440, you're going to get that third command center. Basically, the timing of your third command center is dependent upon how many Marines you make. So the less Marines you make, faster your command center, vice versa. And once we have started the third command center, that's when we're going to get our fourth gas. So this is the first time the build differs and starts going into a direction of going mech, is we're going to get that fast gas. Could have gone a little bit sooner, but it's fine. Also about now, you can go out for map vision. I like to get map vision once I have a tank. That's just my personal preference. So I'm going to send 3 Reapers out, get that map vision. We're going to make up to 3 Ravens with this build. 3 Raven is really safe for going mech, because you have so many auto turrets to drop versus, you know, say if they doom drop you or just do a frontal push, those auto turrets are really going to help as your mech is building up in size. Okay, 540 is when we get our next 2 factories. If you want to do this opening into bio, which you can, don't go 3 Raven, just go 2 Raven. And after the 2 Raven is when you'd probably start up your next 2 barracks. What would be what I'd guess, at least. Okay, now you have the option of going for a timing, now that our 3 Ravens are out. You don't have to do this. Special did do it in his replay. I would say that if you're not confident in your macro, though, as you push, don't do it. Did forget to mention, get the Inji as soon as you can. And you're going to want to build about 2 turrets in the main and 1 in the natural. This is something I caught from Euthermal in his mech guide. I'm going to give you guys a few tips in this guide, by the way, as to how you can be a better defender with mech. The first and foremost is just having the map vision. The next is turrets. And there's a few other cute things we can do with depots to help create chokes. So you see how I put a couple of depots, by the way, at 7 minutes, start up those armories. So you see how I put depots kind of by the 3rd. This helps create chokes in case the bio player should run into us. It just means our splash is more effective. It's harder to concave. You can also send your Viking and Raven to go patrol kind of in between like the 3rd and the main, just to scout for doom drops on the outer edge. If you want to be really safe, you would send 2 Vikings to the corner of the natural and have them patrol as well. Start up your 1-1. Eight minutes, kind of a magic number in TvT. So when you get your 4th base, you should have your 4th started by at least 8 minutes. So in just a few seconds, we'll see our 4th base going up. There it is. After the 4th base is when I like to get my 4th and 5th factories. So remember that you get your 4th, then you get your next set of factories. Keep making Vikings. I know in a previous mech guide that I made for TvT, I suggested that you could, after 6 Vikings, go into Medivacs. I think it's better nowadays, and from what I've seen players like SpeCial or Euthermal do, is to wait on making Medivacs for Hellbat drops. I think it's a little bit better to get a count of like 8 to 10, and then scout by scanning your opponent and seeing what are they doing with their production. Are they throwing down more starports, or are they kind of going heavier into barracks? If they're just making Medivacs, feel free to make a few Medivacs yourself. But if they're throwing down starports, you probably don't ever want to stop your Viking production. Same versus a mech player. Get Blue Flame as soon as humanly possible. Blue Flame is really important. I would also state that in TvT, I didn't do it in this replay, sorry for that, that you want to have at least 5 units on the map for map vision. That just gives you a nice ring to see. And that's minimum, right? Like 5 units for map vision. So all of these things are going to help you defend a bit better and help you have more of a game plan. Also, before you max out, you want to add in 2 Thors to your composition. So if you look at my production tab, we've got 2 Thors coming. That's just in case they beat you in the Viking War. you're not going to die to like 1 or 2 Liberators. You're going to be able to keep pushing through it because you have those Thors. When you float, just throw down more turrets and more command centers. And by 10 minutes, you should be maxed. Get more starports. Also, I would say that with Mech, it's more important, like your timing is not when your upgrades finish necessarily, it's when you max. That's your timing. So if upgrades finish around the same time, that's great. But say if you finish your 1-1 and you're only at 160 supply, don't push. Wait till you're maxed. And yeah, that's pretty much the build. You can go up to 5 starports in total. I don't like going past 5 factories in Terran versus Terran. I might do that in TvZ if I play Mech, but not in TvT. Always leave like 2 tanks at your base, at like back at home, just to help in case they decide to base race you. Which, by the way, you don't want to base race a bio player. Always follow their army. And yeah, that's pretty much the build. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.